How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We have got ourselves a pretty special game that I've been looking forward to for a very long time. We have got Broken Arrow by Slytherin. Big thanks to the developers for handing me a copy of the game early, so I'm able to get some footage in and show you what this game is all about. Now, if you have seen me stream on this channel prior, it was about a year ago now, I did do a stream with Broken Arrow in its open beta stages, and we had an absolute blast. So if you don't know what Broken Arrow is a large-scale, real-time Modern Warfare tactics game that combines the complexity of joint forces wargaming with action-packed real-time tactics gameplay. So it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors. You see vehicles, you need to use anti-vehicle. You see infantry, you want to use some vehicles, especially anti-personnel vehicles. Your scouts are like your best friends, your recon. If you know where the enemy is before they know where you are, then you have the upper advantage. However, loads of wrenches to be thrown into work, artillery strikes and all sorts. You'll keep your supply up to keep your vehicles and your troops all equipped and ready to go and ready to get into the fight. This game's phenomenal. I absolutely enjoy it. We are going to be jumping into the campaign though. We're going to be going into mission number 1 in the War of the Baltic, mission showtime. So I will be commentating over this mission with my thought process, and it is just going to be raw now, just for the sake of videoing. If there is an easy option, like in difficulty, I will take that option just so I can get through the mission in record time, and then I can get some more content out there for the game. So without further ado, let's get into the mission, shall we?
American military presence in the Baltics has been reinforced in response to the Russian military exercises held on both sides of the Sawatki Gap in Kaliningrad and Belarus. With more than 40,000 military personnel involved, ships, tanks, planes, and helicopters, it's the biggest military exercise ever held in the region. Camp Hercus, the new permanent U.S. base in the region, is at the epicenter of tensions, as U.S. and Russian military exercises are held simultaneously less than 20 miles away from each other.
The need for the permanent deployment of U.S. forces in Lithuania is more apparent than ever, and we are looking forward to continuing to take advantage of opportunities to enhance the interoperability of our forces, providing a credible deterrent against any potential aggression, and to operate more effectively should deterrence fail.
General Bennett, you are in charge of U.S. military operations in the region. Why are U.S. forces in such close proximity to the Russian exercise? Don't you fear this aggressive posture could lead to an escalation?
Last time I checked, Lithuania was a sovereign country. If it is their wish to host permanent U.S. forces on their soil, I don't see why Moscow should have a say in that. Now, if you excuse me, I have a military exercise to prepare.
Thank you, General Bennett.
Good morning, Commander. So, have you seen me on the news? Everyone's talking about this exercise. It's not every day you see such a display of power. Reminds me of Desert Storm in '91. The...
Apologies about that. I just realized I was in letterbox mode pretty much. There we go.
Such a display of power. Reminds me of Desert Storm in '91. The good old days. Anyway, Major Williams, how are the preparations coming along?
The men are ready, General. We can begin the exercise.
All right then, showtime.
Oh, one last thing, General. A special diplomatic envoy sent by Washington has demanded to meet you. Counselor Miller?
Of course it's Miller. No military demonstration in the world is complete without this vulture showing up. His stupid face is the last thing I want to see today. So let's go. We're on a schedule.
Okay, so if you watch previous streams or previous videos of this game, it was set during a different mission, I believe. So this is going to be fresh for me as well as fresh for you. So without further ado, let's jump in, shall we? Also, I have turned most of the graphics up to full, so you'll be able to see the game in its full clarity. However, there are a lot of graphical options, so it should be able to run on most systems. Always check the Steam page though for its minimum specifications.
Miller keeps calling and won't give me a break if I don't throw him a bone. Go pick him up at his hotel and take him for a tour, Commander. Show him around the base, do whatever you want, as long as you keep him out of my hair.
What is this?
And take Williams with you. No offense, but she's
Okay,
more
so
talkative than you.
it's not a lot issue. I think it was just a initial graphical issue.
Miller's
Mind you, we
hotel
are
is
in
on
early
the
access at the
training
moment.
area. Let's hope he's in a better mood than the general.
As I was saying, looks like we are still in early access at the moment, so there's probably going to be some day one patches. So if you see any issues, like graphical issues, it could just be due to my graphic settings as well. I have turned everything up to maximum, like see this house is going green, but don't let that deter you because the game is absolutely stunning as it is. And these fixes will be implemented. The game will be ironed out, so just bear that in mind. Right, so we got to go pick up Miller. Our units are green, our units are blue, ally units are green, and neutral units are grey, hostiles are red. So, now that we know all about that, we're going to go pick up Mr. Miller, which is here.
Roger, we're Oscar Mike.
Waiting patiently for his transport to arrive. Allow the Humvee is in a tree, so we're going to get him out the tree.
Pedal to the metal. Roger, we're Oscar Mike. Roger.
There are units from all three Baltic states regrouped here. Lithuanian artillery, mechanized infantry from Latvia, as well as reservists and armored vehicles from Estonia. They have different equipment, different tactics, speak different languages. Creating an interoperable force in this region is a real headache.
So the reason why you're seeing those tanks disappear in real time when I'm looking at them is literally because of line of sight. So I don't have line of sight of those vehicles because they're neutral. Yeah, technically I don't know they're there anymore.
Counselor Miller, I am Major Williams. It's a pleasure to have you with us. The commander and I will show you around on our way to the general. Please hop in.
Well, it's about time. Let's go. Take me to the training ground first. I need to make sure that our equipment is showcased in the best possible conditions.
The exercise is about to start, so you will be able to see for yourself. But I didn't know there was a show.
This whole exercise is for show, Major. A show of force for our potential enemies, but also an arms fair for our partners.
I see. And which partners are we trying to impress today, Counselor?
That's confidential. Just drive, Major.
Okay, so graphical clarity for the game, by the way. I had to activate the grass for this game. So when you first start up, your grass may be deactivated. So if you want to have that foliage involved in the game itself, then you have to do it in the settings. I can see why most people might turn it off, just to, you know, for visuals and being able to see enemies. However, for the sake of these videos and for the sake of how I play, I'm going to keep everything up to full.
Copy. Relocating. Roger. Moving out.
This is the artillery training ground, Counselor. Here our soldiers practice fire mission procedures. The commander will make a demonstration for you.
Well, let's see how much time it'll take you to hit all these targets, Commander.
Order at your command, sir.
Artillery units don't fire automatically. Right click on the target to give a fire command. So these are mortars. Yep, they're mortar trucks.
Dispersion increases with distance. That's why more rounds are needed to hit targets located further away. Smart munitions don't have this problem. They are much more accurate and can correct their trajectory to hit a target designated by a laser.
So you can see we've got like a reticle that goes like it closes in the closer we get to the vehicles. That's due to actually reasons of being able to fire at range. However, we can go smart munitions, which close the distance even further. Of course, we use smoke barrage for cover, etc.
As you can see, our latest battlefield management interface enables extremely responsive fire missions.
It was I who sold that concept to Congress. Glad to see it works in
Just for the
practice,
sake
too.
of not going through fences and such, I am actually going to be going around.
Pedal to the metal.
So how is your hotel, counselor? I've heard it's quite fancy.
Roger. Moving in
Apart
next
from the
waypoint.
fact that I was woken up every 20 minutes by helicopters passing right over my head, it was lovely.
Moving out.
Now we can actually just skip the tutorials, but I feel like I haven't played this game for a long time, so I kind of want to do the tutorial as well.
Next waypoint received.
Hey, why is the radar of this Patriot turned off?
It's the standard procedure to keep the radar turned off by default, to keep the unit mobile and avoid destruction by anti-radiation missiles. They can still use their backup tracking systems to target aircraft, but in this mode, their detection and engagement range are limited.
Then switch this radar on, Commander. Let's see how far target practice drones can be detected and engaged. Wow, the range of these missiles is impressive.
The efficiency of the radar depends on the altitude of the target. Low-flying aircraft are harder to detect, and helicopters cannot be targeted at all as they fly below the minimum detection altitude of the radar. That's why short-range air defense, SHORAD, is needed to complement long-range surface-to-air missiles.
So we can engage those apparently, but this is where SHORAD comes in.
Enemy spotted.
A fine demonstration of our firepower, Commander. The message is clear. No country equipped with our anti-aircraft systems need worry about its airspace being violated.
Pedal to the metal.
Okay, so we'll head down now to these tanks,
Moving there now.
followed by the Chinooks, and then the Striker IFVs, and then over to what seemed to be the infantry training ground. I got to make sure I dodge the hangar, wherever that is. Oh, all the way back at the start. Okay, that's fair.
Copy. Relocating. Roger. We're on the move.
If we don't see any combat in this mission, I may extend the video and we'll go into mission number 1.
Already
We
there.
shall see.
Can you step on the gas a bit? We're crawling.
Moving out.
Oh, he wants me to
Sorry, sir.
use
There are
fast
strict
move.
speed regulations on the base.
Yeah, of course there are.
Right, here we go. So,
Moving to next waypoint.
This is
M1A2s.
the tank firing range. A platoon of M1A2 Abrams is ready for the demonstration. Tank armor is much stronger on the front than on the sides. The training of our crews consists in maneuvering to engage the enemy from the flank, while minimizing the exposure of their own flanks. Tanks carry different types of rounds. Explosive rounds to engage infantry and lightly armored vehicles, and armor-piercing rounds to deal with highly armored targets. Explosive rounds are equally effective at any distance, but the penetration of armor-piercing rounds increases the closer you get to the target. You should move closer to the targets to demonstrate the increased penetrating power of the kinetic ammunition, Commander.
Driving to coordinates.
I mean, At this rate, they're actually going to destroy these vehicles before I get to move forward.
Heavy cab is on the field. Rolling.
Very well. Now, can you send as many targets as possible? Let's see what a Soviet invasion of Europe would have looked like.
Abrams ready for action. Driver, reverse.
Well, this is it. 70 tons of American diplomacy.
You mean 70 tons of a diplomatic nightmare? I had explained to the Lithuanian government why they needed to reinforce all their road bridges from here to Poland to support their weight.
Sure, but when they arrive, nothing stands in their way.
Roger, we're Oscar
Our
Mike.
tanks benefit from good reverse speed, which is not the case with Russian-designed tanks. This allows us to move backward to avoid being overrun, while maintaining our powerful frontal armor facing the enemy. And how was your flight, Counselor?
Completely unremarkable. You know, I spent half my life in the air, so the only surprises would be finding snakes on the plane, flying the thing myself, or reaching my 60s without getting cancer.
Roger, we're Oscar Mike.
Helicopters are impressive machines. Boy, are they noisy.
Our pilots are ready to take off. Do you want to hop in for a ride, Counselor?
Certainly. It'll be a nice change from those little private helicopters that fly like cabs.
Cargo helicopters can transport troops and supplies, but also vehicles as long as their weight allows it. One of our vehicles broke down during a maneuver exercise. Let's go and recover it with our helicopter.
Right, so we're picking up this
Troop transport ready.
N11 3A3 with this Chinook. I assume just literally right click the vehicle and it should automatically pick it.
The hooks are in place. Now let's drop it off at the repair station.
Chinook here.
Now I want to see if it's actually inside of the bay. Okay, so you can't actually see it, but I feel like the vehicle was a little bit bigger than the Chinook, but that's more of a that's just more of a finical thing. It'd be nice to see them get picked up though, with like hooks and whatnot, so. But I can also understand limitations. And let's be honest, when you're playing, say, Command & Conquer and the other RTS games, very rarely you see the vehicle actually being picked up. They're normally like this.
DZ coordinates received.
The vehicle has been unloaded. The mechanics will get it back in working order. How about a little target practice now, Counselor?
Transport ready.
Get behind one of the machine guns, and we'll put you in range of some targets to shoot at.
But I have never fired a machine gun before.
Initiating attack.
Don't worry, it's very simple, and I'll be here to help.
Eyes on target.
Come on, get some! Woo! Yeah!
Testing forward. We got visual on target.
Get some! Get some! Yeah!
New flight path.
Pretty impressive for someone who's never shot before.
That must be a natural.
All the targets are down. Let's head back to the helipad.
I've not had that much fun in a long time. You sure know how to entertain, Major. You should come work with me. With you by my side, getting those contracts signed would be a breeze. Plus, you wouldn't have to work with this grumpy old man anymore.
Thank you for the offer. At the moment, I'm tied to my current assignment.
I see. Well, think about it.
Okay, we'll go stop by the repair bay quickly.
Copy. Relocating. Pedal to the metal.
And then we'll turn around to the IFEs and the infantry.
Already there. Good copy. Next waypoint received.
What's going on here?
Some of our vehicles broke down, apparently. Thanks to the diagnostic system integrated into our vehicles, we can easily identify which part is damaged.
There we go.
We cannot let that happen. Not today.
Don't worry, sir. We have the necessary supplies to repair them. The commander will call a cargo truck from the support group and make sure they bring a big load of supplies with them.
There we go.
As soon as the supplies are unloaded next to the vehicles, the crew will handle the repairs automatically.
So this vehicle normally would come off map, so it would come from a deployment zone. I don't know how yeah, so the deployment zone was relatively close to this for this part of this mission, so normally it's like off map though. So it has 9,000 kilograms of supplies. We offload right here, and that will repair and rearm all vehicles within its zone. And you can also return vehicle to base, which will put it back in the pool and give you some of your supplies back. So the good thing about these trucks is literally the fact that they
Vehicles are now fully
could be
operational again.
redeployed basically.
Perfect. Now let's move on.
Personal carrier ready. Let's back out.
Right, so now we're going to go visit the IFEs.
Roger. We're on the move.
So let's go do that now, shall we?
Copy. Relocate.
We're going to fast move.
By the way, Counselor, where do you and the General know each other from?
We were friends once. Good friends, actually.
Good copy. Next
Oh,
waypoint received.
and what happened?
Can we just not have this conversation, please? When do we get there?
Moving there now. Pedal to the metal.
This is the ATGM shooting ground. It stands for Anti-Tank Guided Missiles. They travel slower than tank rounds, but have a greater range. Their use is therefore preferable when the line of sight is unobstructed.
Yeah, I know that. Send the targets. Let's see that in practice.
In absence of a specific command, the gunners communicate their targets to each other. If a missile is already in flight, the other gunner will give priority to another target. That way, no missiles are wasted.
It's a pleasant surprise to see I'm not the only one worrying about the taxpayers' money here.
Standing by.
The range of the missiles can be superior to the detection range of the unit, so they generally work alongside recon units. The gunners are trained to switch targets mid-flight if the initial target disappears, or if instructed to do so. This is particularly useful, as the long flight time of the missile can give time to the enemy to take cover or activate their smoke dischargers.
I hope you use the old TOW 2A for this demonstration. The new Top Attack TOW 2B costs twice as much, so using them against anything other than a tank is a waste of resources.
Don't worry, sir. We use special training ammunition, both cheaper and less hazardous than regular ammo during exercises.
Troop transport.
My man's worried about money.
Roger.
I mean,
We're Oscar Mike. Copy.
Can kind of understand, right? If you're using like real terms, very expensive ammunition in training scenarios, then I mean, you've got to use them anyway at some point, just so you know what they can do. Well, I would assume.
Roger. Moving to next waypoint.
I see nothing happening here. What's going on?
It's a good sign, sir. Our troops are exercising their camouflage skills here. They try to reach the target area undetected by staying away from the hostile patrols, staying in cover as much as possible, and sprinting to move across open areas faster. Recon units are specially trained and equipped to remain as discreet as possible. They have a reduced visual, thermal, and electronic signature that makes them harder to detect.
Electronic signature? So they refrain from posting geolocalized selfies during the mission? Impressive.
Oh dear. Right. Line of sight. You'll be able to get close enough to detect enemy units, buildings, thick forest, line of sight. Use the sprint ability to allows you to temporarily double their movement speed so they can go through into more cover and ignore suppression. Right.
Copy. Infiltrating. Quick like.
The sprint don't last very long, which is a little bit concerning.
We move in silence. Walking like ghosts.
And you can actually increase, pause, and decrease game speed.
Silent.
So, for example, pause, speed up, slow down, which you don't really get in multiplayer, by the way. This will only be for single player. So they're currently being sneaky boys, but we have got ourselves a training BTR. What if they'll detect the snipers even though they are being sneaky? They've been detected? They haven't.
Team standing by. Moving quietly.
We could probably run to the other tree line. To be honest, I would have went this way and it would have just covered the whole tree line, but
Copy.
make things harder for myself, I suppose, because why not, eh?
Infiltrating.
That BTR's not coming back just yet. We might better just do a quick sprint to the next tree line.
Hunters of gunmen here. Infiltration underway.
Nice.
Double time. On the move. Stealth mode.
So the next point of call would probably be to either dash to here or dash to there. BTR there. Now I don't know what this BTR does for its movement pattern. I've got 30 seconds left on the old
Moving quietly.
the old sprint gauge, so we're actually going to cross over to the bigger tree line, and then what we'll do is we'll make a sprint to this tree line, and then we should be home free to get to the point, to the checkpoint.
Walking like ghosts.
Saying that BTR has actually gone quite far away. Is he going to turn around and come back on himself? He isn't. We might actually make a dash to this tree line.
We move in silence.
And this is where there's a BTR here that sees me, and I'm just like, oh, cool, sweet. Well, that's a GG. But no, we're going to sprint. We're looking good. We may even just go straight for the zone. This BTR's here. It's still got a crossover. So
Infiltration
we go for it. Because why not? Oh shit, it's coming though. Actually, no, we're not. We're going back. We're going back.
silence.
We're going back. Okay, got the tree icon, which means we are in cover. I could have made that. I assume they're in the foliage. Yeah, they are. Wait till about 500 meters and then I'll make a move. There's no line of sight either because the trees are in the way. And then we can do the final sprint and that will get us into the checkpoint.
Well, well. Looks like we have hide-and-seek champions.
Armored transport, standing by.
And our last little checkpoint that we need to go to, and I assume it's for standard inventory maybe, because we've got a lot of buildings here, so I would assume so.
What's being built here?
Nothing. This is the close quarter training area. Infantrymen use these buildings to simulate urban combat. The rules are simple. We try to capture their sector, and they try to capture ours.
Sounds good. Let's see what you're made of, Commander.
Oh, okay.
Moving there now. Good
Infantry
copy.
weapons have varying ranges and efficiencies. Long-range support weapons usually require the unit to be static, while short-range assault weapons can be fired on the
Moving
move.
there now.
Assault weapons are also more effective once in range, and can be used to breach buildings held by enemy units.
Surely it's not that easy.
All walking sandbags, jump out. Armored transport reporting in. Get your asses out of my vehicle.
Vehicles can provide excellent fire support, but are vulnerable to infantry anti-tank rockets. They must therefore be kept out of their range as much as possible.
Strikers taking fire. What are you waiting for? Drive.
When units are under fire or take damage, their stress level increases, which makes them less efficient.
Move your asses.
There are 2 levels of stress expressed by a blinking orange or red color on their label.
Combat. What are your orders?
When a unit is low on ammo or heavily damaged, it's preferable to send it back to base rather than abandoning it to its fate. Units sent back to base become available again sooner, and you'll receive a bonus of requisition points proportional to their condition.
Rangers ready for combat.
Nice. Right, well we are going to use javelins because I have not used javelins yet, and it's a bit silly for me not to use them because that's what they're there for. It's literally anti-vehicle. I've kind of got this bit on held. This bit is the grenade launchers. We're probably going to take this Striker IFE over to this building here. We might get engaged by the force line maybe? Looks like we might have already won, but we'll see.
All bullet catchers, disembark. Need some heavy firepower?
I think we have, so we're going to just disembark the building
Check a leg.
and move them into the point to capture. This is where I get engaged, but it is what it is. Okay, we haven't got enough money for a Striker IFE with Rangers on it, but I don't think we're going to need it.
Rangers lead the way. We have a building to secure.
Yeah, we've captured it.
Get in that building.
Well, that was a good show, Commander. But it demonstrates one thing. Our allies are not ready at all to defend themselves.
Rangers in combat.
Had it been the Russians in front of them today, they would have been slaughtered.
Failure is part of training, sir. They're only reservists. They will continue to drill.
That's all well and good, but I'm not here for these trifles. I've got a major fighter jet contract to attend to. So here's the real showstopper. I want you to demonstrate its air-to-ground and air-to-air capabilities for our guests.
Take a seat, Miller. I'm in charge here.
Ah, General. I was wondering when you'd come out of hiding. So, what's on the menu, Chef?
We'll start with a classic. Close air support with good old A-10s.
Yeah, like in '91, the good old days. You never change your record, do you?
Shut up, Miller! Commander, you will be leading this demonstration. Call in an A-10 and order it to destroy the marked targets.
Right. A-10 Thunderbolt.
Planes must work in coordination with recon to target enemy ground units.
So there's our recon.
Detects and identifies the target while the plane maneuvers to attack it.
Okay, so we're actually going to do a bombing run. So I've actually just issued an attack order on all targets. So we're actually going to disengage that. And we are going to do this instead.
Solid copy. Diving on target.
There we go.
CAS, mission confirmed.
And we're about to hear the guns. Oh. Go on, let's hear the guns.
Sound of that gun always gives me chills. It reminds me of well, whatever. Send the plane back to base before it runs out of fuel.
I know you want to see that gun in action.
Right, an RTB. So all your planes will come off map. Well, or an aircraft carrier.
Harrier to make a bombing run.
Oh, great. Another old crate.
New course set. Attack vector confirmed. Right
We'll actually redo that again and do that instead.
light. Bomb run on target. Attack run complete.
Send the plane back to base before it runs out of
Jump
fuel.
jet standing by.
All right, Commander, send in the F-15EX now.
Finally.
Fight an eagle.
This plane is equipped with a laser designation pod and smart bombs. You mark the target with the pod and the bombs will correct their trajectory to hit with pinpoint accuracy.
Around now.
Pinpoint accuracy, they say, eh?
Airstrike is go for effect.
You see, making
There we
gun
go.
runs and guiding missiles is outdated. Now, you drop a bomb from as far as you can and you let it do the job for you.
Well, let's try again with a moving target this time. And you'll see that a human is still needed to predict the target's trajectory.
You'll predict the movement of the target.
Roger that. Strike area confirmed.
However, the plane has got to be like in the position where it could actually land the bomb.
Strike coordinates received. Coordinates received. Commencing attack. Solid copy. Air support mission inbound. Going for effect.
Almost. You see, I'm currently laser tagging it, so it's got a tag on it already.
The target is still standing, Commander. Don't make us look like fools. We're here to demonstrate.
Do I have to manually lead, though? That's the question.
Lack of competence.
Yes, so I've kind of got to manually lead it just a little bit. So we'll wait for the plane to come back, and then we will try and lead the target.
Strike coordinates received.
Oh, he's stopping actually.
Coordinates received. Commencing attack. Roger that. Strike area confirmed. Rolling on the target area. Coming around now. Airstrike is go for effect. Strike coordinates received. Inbound. Going for effect.
Come on. Do the thing. I'm just gonna aim like over here.
Coordinates received. Commencing attack.
So I feel like by the time it unleashes the bomb, it's just miles away. And you can see like the red line of where it's like laser guiding. But it is taking its time to get in position, so now I've got to redirect the target once again.
Solid copy. Air support mission inbound.
And it won't fire just yet, so it needs time to... So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send him off, and we're going to bring him back manually. Because then he's got like a nice little run up to the target.
Roger that. Strike area confirmed.
Oh, he's out of laser designation actually. So we've got to redesignate the laser. If we can.
When you
I
take
mean-
one of these bombs on the face like that, the coffin they send back home doesn't weigh much. Believe me.
Didn't even do the laser for that one.
Send in a second F-15, Commander. This time to demonstrate its air-to-air capabilities against drones.
We have potential buyers for dozens of these planes, so make sure these drones are shot down nice and clean, Commander.
Remind me, Miller, are we here to defend these people or to sell them weapons?
Selling them weapons means they can defend themselves. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. I just make sure they buy from the right bait and tackle shop.
Is there like no
Drone destroyed. See to
munitions camera? I wonder if there is.
second target destroyed.
3 out of 3.
There's one more drone, Commander. Finish it.
Oh,
Great
Fair.
job, Commander. If we don't land a contract for a few jets after that, I'll be damned.
General, we've got a problem. I've asked confirmation from the airbase, and they sent 3 drones as planned, not 4.
Oh, shit. Don't tell me we scratched some civvies who can't read a map.
No, sir. The radar signature was definitely that of a UAV.
Well, in any case, that means trouble.
okay. Find the hidden unit. I didn't get that one either. And then complete objectives within the less than 30 minutes. So the hidden unit, I might actually go back and find that in on my own. Yeah. Okay, there's side objectives as well, which is cool. We're going back to the hangar. And we are going to be doing tensions escalate rapidly between NATO and Russia. Let's do this mission now, because that was like a tutorial mission. We want to see the action.
The unknown object that was shot down during the exercise turned out to be a Russian drone. The official line is that it was shot down to prevent an air collision with our jets training nearby. But the Russians refused to go along with that story and maintained that it was flying on their side of the border.
But it was flying on the wrong side of the border, right?
Well, it was hit in the Lithuanian airspace, but ended up a few meters on the other side of the frontier. So, as you can imagine, they jumped on the occasion to create their own narrative. In any case, the Lithuanian government has closed their borders with Belarus and Kaliningrad until the end of the investigations. As a response, the Russians have placed all their troops at the border on high alert and sent a quote-unquote military convoy carrying humanitarian aid to Kaliningrad. They are approaching the town of Lazdiche as we speak.
And nobody thought about stopping them?
It's a tricky situation. The Lithuanians cannot block humanitarian convoys without breaking international treaties.
Humanitarian my ass. We can't let that happen. The so-called humanitarian convoy is like spitting in our face. Williams, what are our units in the area?
A striker company from 2nd Cav is training nearby. If they move it once, they should be able to intercept the convoy before it reaches the city of Lazdiche.
This isn't much, but it'll have to do. Dispatch them immediately.
General, don't you see what's happening? The drone, the convoy, half the Russian army are on high alert on the other side of the frontier. This whole situation could very well be a false flag operation. If you rush into this convoy with blazing guns, this would certainly give them a justification for a strong military response.
They wouldn't dare. They're only testing our resolve. So we'll put ourselves in their way, make a show of force, and watch them go crawl back under their rock.
And what will you do if they don't stop?
The city of Lazda is a vital crossroad to reinforce Lithuania. If they take control of it, we have no way to defend Vilnius in case of invasion. We cannot take the risk to let that happen.
Sir, Stryker Company responded. They are already inside of Lazda and are awaiting orders.
Thank you, Major. Let's go, Commander. We have a lot on our plate.
Okay. Peacekeeper.
The convoy has been spotted a few miles down this highway, sir.
No time to lose, then. This crossroad is the last position where we can stop them before they reach the city. Send your troops there immediately, Commander.
Right, okay, so they're not actually called in just yet, so we want to recon. We're going to go Striker IFV recon, and we're going to bring that in first, and then we're going to go infantry, a few javelin ICVs
The convoy
to
is
start with.
approaching. We're tracking its position with a drone.
Pedal to the metal.
Hurry up! Capture the crossroad before they reach it.
Remember, this is officially a humanitarian convoy, and unless proven otherwise, it must be considered as such. Act with extreme caution here, General.
Good copy.
Yeah, of
Waypoint
course.
received.
Commander, make sure our troops are instructed to hold their fire and engage only if fired upon.
Ready for action.
Press H,
To that. Fire
and that's
when fired upon.
fire only when fired upon.
Stryker reporting.
And hopefully that issues the command to the scouts as well, because if that doesn't and they open fire, then it's GG's, right?
We are holding the crossroad, General. They are approaching rapidly. Maybe they didn't see us.
Yes, they
Shall
do.
we fire a warning shot?
There we go.
Negative! Hold your fire and stay in the middle of the road. Show them we're here, and they'll back off.
Stryker awaiting orders. Stryker ready for action.
They stopped.
Weapons to
It looks like they're hesitating.
I guess they weren't expecting us. Come on, now is the moment of truth. Either they go back or they try to pass in force.
Your eyes and ears, sir.
There's no tree
They're
line.
moving back.
Thank God we won't have a war on our hands today. Congratulations, General. I have to admit, I didn't think it would be that easy.
No, wait.
They're going
They
around.
turned left. What are they doing?
They're trying another approach to bypass us. Commander, redeploy your troops on these crossroads. Show them we're not here by accident. Don't
Well,
forget to
it's gonna
call
have.
reinforcements.
I'm gonna have to
We'll
redeploy
need
vehicles.
all
I
the help we
won't be able to
can get.
redeploy
They'll cover all these
infantry.
crossing points.
We'll bring them on MTVs, and then we'll bring in an ATGM as well.
Roger.
Because I assume shit's gonna hit the fan, right? This mission wouldn't just be a move in and don't open fire mission. You know what I mean? It'll be a literal. This is gonna escalate. Very much so. No! Oh my god, is he shooting? Surely not. Oh my god, that scared me then. I just seen the charge up for the missiles, you know? But they're just training targets.
Stryker standing by.
They've stopped again.
Troop transport.
First crossroad secured.
Roger. We're on the move. Stryker
We need a
ready for
fast
combat.
move.
Someone call for a cab.
We'll do a double fast move there.
Troop transport ready.
We're not gonna go on foot. Oh no, there we go. MTV.
Stand on it. Come on.
Make sure all of the units are switched to only fire when fired upon.
Second crossroad secured, sir. Enemy soldiers have dismounted from the trucks and started moving in our direction. We got positive identification of weapons. I repeat, PID of weapons.
Hold your fire. This is a game of chicken. Whoever shoots first takes the blame.
And whoever gets shot first dies. Williams, drop a bomb on the road in front of them as a warning. We must show where our red line stands.
Drop a bomb? Hello? What? Oh wait, Williams, they said. That's not me. Oh, well, yeah. Well, they've opened fire.
Been shut down.
It's clear they're not coming to shake hands. You're authorized to engage, Commander.
Armed vehicles are detaching from the bulk of the convoy. They're moving up in our direction. Prepare for an assault.
Establish defensive positions in the buildings near the crossroads on our flank, Commander. And make sure our troops are resupplied. If one of these positions is overwhelmed, fall back on
I've got
the
enough
main
funds for that.
crossroad and hunker down there. I scrambled jets to provide fire support, but they won't be there before 30 minutes. Your orders are simple. Hold at all costs until they arrive.
Your men will never hold that long. Give me a minute. We have a pair of AC-130 gunships in the area. I will demand they be rerouted in your direction.
Who are you actually working with now, Miller?
Okay.
Just use the plane
They're holding.
and don't ask questions. They will be there in about 10 minutes.
We're gonna get some artillery in. Let's move this ATAGM back out. It's got machine guns. Oh, and a rocket. Apparently, it's gonna missile some troops. Fair. We haven't seen any armored vehicles yet, so I'm not going to bring in the anti-tank just yet. I'm going to bring in some supplies, though, now that we can get them in.
Hey, check out this rooster cruiser they gave me. Ain't nothing gonna get in our way. Catch you on the flip-flop. I'm RTB. Reverse.
We go. RTB.
It's over. Heading back to base. Heavy weapons here.
What is that?
Need supplies?
Well, wherever they were, they're dead. I need to hold this crossroad a bit more, so we're going to bring in some more troops. I can't do it on foot, though. We're going to get some recon, actually. I've got no recon here.
Put hard on the pedal.
UAZ, but it's just dead. Like, there's no stopping that. Nope, more troops inbound.
Team at your command, sir. Striker, ready for action.
We need to get another vehicle here. I know I've got artillery moving in. We've got supplies moving in as well. This is a Striker MV. We're going to move it in a bit further now. These two can stay here.
I love big guns.
Oh, we have got movement here, though. Might bring in a Striker Javelin. Just for now, on this road.
Roger. Moving in next way for you.
I've got to be careful because they're opening up and I've got a supply truck literally passing through. We do not want that. There we go. Hopefully they don't block the supplies. Can you target supplies? I don't actually know if they can. Oh my god. Don't use the road, please. Okay, well, he's just using the road.
You like big guns too?
Right, we're opening up.
Cargo truck ready.
Okay, a lot going on here, and we've got our guys that are panicked. This one, he can't even reverse. He's a bit panicked at the moment. We're gonna pop a smoke.
Supply truck ready to transport. 10 Roger.
We're gonna get my artillery
Ready to fire.
to actually open fire here.
Logistics ready. One more hand. My truck
Gonna abandon that vehicle. We're gonna pop a smoke and sprint. Yeah, we lost the vehicle. Glad I actually got them out just in time. Nice. Well, the mortar's doing this job.
Second wave of vehicles has forced the border and is approaching on the highway.
That, I believe, is an AA.
This time.
No, oh, no, it's anti-tank.
Will be hammered by their artillery, so use the mobility of the strikers to avoid their fire.
We need a repair, really. I don't think this is going to repair. We'll see. Oh, it is repairing slowly. There's no real place I can chuck this guy where he's going to be out of sight. They are using counter batteries on me as well. No, incoming javelin. There's more of that. We're actually going to get this guy in cover. We need more recon. We actually need more recon. We need to see where this artillery fire is coming from. We also need to get this guy to rearm. So we're actually going to move him out behind this house. He is a mortar, so he should be fine. Surely. Yeah, they're getting shocked. They're being just slapped. So we're going to move him around. Try and get him out of the rain of that incoming fire. Right, so what we got here? We got some transports coming in. He's still shook up a little bit. Yeah, still got some javelin left, so he's gonna open up. Ooh, optics have been damaged. We're gonna RTB. He's probably gonna die before he reaches RTB. Oh, big shot, big shot. Oh, I missed it. Unlucky. We're actually gonna lose that. No, we can't.
Lithuanian units have arrived and will hold the outskirts of the town on our left. Fall back on the main crossroad and hunker down there to receive the main Russian assault.
I think that's it. It's GG's, right?
Our flank is starting to crumble. You can abandon ground to gain time, Commander, but make sure
Oh shit, that's a big explosion. Okay, mobility's been reduced there.
Their artillery fires volley after volley without
Oh, it was a secondary objective. This is what we need to hold.
The range to provide counter battery without exposing themselves.
they're just asking to be beaten.
Nah, we're gonna lose that striker.
Contact the Lithuanian artillery battery that was training with the strikers. Those PCH 2000s will come in handy.
At once, sir.
We've already lost the artillery battery. He died behind the house here. We're gonna try and close the distance here. We have got scouts. Oh my god, there's so much coming. It's actually nuts. This thing's one shot and it's just somehow, well, I mean, it's gonna be dead now.
The Lithuanian artillery responded. One of their platoons is already on its way. You can call it as reinforcement, Commander.
Ooh, I got given a bit of money. Let's go.
The situation is getting dire here, Miller. When are those planes coming?
Almost there. Just hold on a few more minutes.
We're bringing some supplies as well. We just have to go on foot. We need men. We need many men. These guys are still holding. I am so surprised about that as well. That's nuts. But I got to keep them there. There goes that guy. These guys are literally sitting ducks right now. They will open up as well. They're gonna die. Unfortunately. Pop a smoke. I mean, maybe run for cover, but they're probably gonna get engaged. Be brutally honest. Artillery batteries are coming in. I still might lose this. I do believe I still might lose this. I mean, they got javelins. The troopers got javelins. They should be fine. You are literally almost dead, so run away. Pop a smoke. Head for the supply. You can offload supply. And then you can RTB. You guys can just go nuts. Literally go schizo. That's what you're there for.
Scouts at your orders, sir. Fighting vehicle reporting in. Pedal to the metal.
Who are these guys? Oh, right, okay. Looks like a dog.
Combat vehicle ready.
Have you already lost your optics? Oh, it's his first M2 Browning.
We're engaging.
Gonna get some more scouts. We're gonna get them forest bound there. Because these guys are getting absolutely slapped up so bad right now. Oh, they're dead. I need to get them out. Nope, they're not gonna disembark in time. Never mind.
Need some heavy firepower?
No ATGMs left on that.
Roger. Moving to next waypoint.
You're being rearmed, so you can move back in.
On the move. Heavy weapons here. Striker standing by. Target acquired. Engaging. Target coordinates received. Engaging.
The cavalry has arrived, Commander. The gunships are here to support you. Move them over enemy positions and enjoy
Oh,
the
there's
show.
4? What?
Changing course.
What's this? That's the enemy artillery.
Ship ready.
AC-130s.
Moving. Gunship here, ready to strike. Flight plan updated. New heading set.
Sounds like their guns have been silenced at last.
Recalibrate azimuth sweep angle. Adjust elevation scan there.
Could you please pay a bit more attention to these planes, Commander? They aren't exactly cheap, you know.
Well, they're getting absolutely just annihilated by AA, which doesn't help me at all. Like, what? That's like, oh no.
Mobile artillery reporting in. Gunship standing by for target.
Where's my other gunship to anyway?
AC gunship
There's one.
standing by.
Oh, cool. Wow. That's not good.
Find the coordinates.
They're both the same.
The Russian troops seem to be falling back. Looks like they've had enough for today.
It was a close shave. Striker brigade is in poor shape. It needs to be withdrawn. But they bought us precious time to organize our next move. Congratulations, Commander.
No time for congratulations. Reports indicate Russian penetrations in all the main axes leading to the 3 capital cities of the Baltic states. So there you have it, General. Your long-awaited war.
So I've won, but technically I've not won because I'm losing ground. But I believe it's GG's. Well, there you go, guys. It is still a very difficult game, even on easy, for myself anyway. It might be easy for you guys. You have to give me some tips in the comments down below. If you want to see some more, please let me know down below. I will be trying to stream this game over the next coming week as well. And maybe do a few more videos as well for you guys on this game. As you can see, I did miss some of the medals, some of the optional objectives like secondary crossroads didn't manage to hold. I did destroy the artillery position with an AC-130, but also lost it in the process, so bit of a double-edged sword there. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed. Without further ado, I will see you next time. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button if you want to stay up to date. I do play Silica on the weekends, and from time to time on the weekdays I do try to stream. But yeah, see you guys next time. Peace out.